guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another Charlotte Tilbury video for you guys, and today is for a very special new launch, and I really wanted to try this product because sometimes bronzers can be very enhancing or it can be very detrimental to your skin tone. So I've heard all the hype about this new launch from Charlotte Tilbury, so I thought, you know what, I just got to test it out for myself. First is the Airbrush bronzer, a matte bronzer filter for the face and body. Comes in this beautiful outer packaging, and then a new quad eyeshadow palette, and this is the Desert Haze eyeshadow palette. So let me show you the inner packaging. Absolutely gorgeous, very large indeed, very Charlotte Tilbury. Look at that. They kind of compared it to a shell. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a shell. Doesn't really remind me of the ocean. It's just a very beautiful package, and what did sell me on this was the fact that this is refillable. I think sometimes when brands put so much effort into a packaging, bump up the price tag, and then it's something that you are gonna have to throw away. Charlotte Tilbury's thought of that. Kudos to you. It's refillable, which I think is so good for the environment and sustainability. So yeah, it comes in a very big palette inside, and also a very large mirror, which I think is really good if you're out and about and you want to be able to see. I mean, I can see my whole face in this. It's very clear. So it does come with a brush. Unfortunately, I do not have that brush. I like using my own brushes. I've used Spectrum brushes for years and years, so I will be using Spectrums to test this out. So that is that. I've got the shade 3, which is a tan. I just did this by eye on the website. Let's see how well it goes. It actually comes in 4 shades, so something for everybody, which is something I've never actually seen before. Usually when brands bring out bronzers, it usually comes out in 2 shades, fair, dark. There's no really in between. And then the quad, which it's in the signature Charlotte Tilbury packaging, the same with her other quads, but what makes this different is that it's all matte. Very new for Charlotte Tilbury. I don't think she's ever done a pure matte eyeshadow palette before. And you know what, to be honest, sometimes I just want a matte eye. I think if you do really dewy on the skin and you just have like a matte eye with a matte lip, it just kind of makes those features more prominent, and I'm a sucker for a gorgeous smile and gorgeous eyes. So I'll be testing that out quickly as well. Foundation, I'm using Milk Makeup, which is running very low. This, I could go on and on, but that'll be a whole different video. I've done my eye makeup, and I've done a small winged liner because I watched a Charlotte Tilbury tutorial, and she always starts off her eye makeup with a winged liner, so I thought, I'm gonna just follow suit, follow the pro. And then lips, I have overdrawn my lips with the Pillow Talk lip liner. I might put some gloss on just to, I don't know, I'm into gloss at the moment. This is just from Rimmel. My favourite bronzers currently are from Guerlain and also from Marc Jacobs. I did just want to pull out the Marc Jacobs bronzer because this is also a very big bronzer, and in comparison I feel like the Marc Jacobs is slightly bigger. I don't believe this is refillable. Again, it comes with a very big mirror, but I have to say, on just first impressions, I can't really compare this to my other favourite Guerlain because it's not in the same league. Sorry, but it's not. But I just wanted to compare it to Marc Jacobs. You can see how quite ashy that is, how quite, do you know what I mean, versus the Charlotte Tilbury tanned. So this is called Mega Bronze and Tanned, and if this is meant to be giving me that mega bronze look, it's looking very ashy. The tanned, I feel like, will give me that very bronze look. Maybe it might be a bit too dark, but let's see. So I just wanted to show that for comparison. Swirl it around. Okay, it's not picking up a lot of product, which I actually kind of like. Sometimes when you just quickly swirl it, it picks up so much, and then you put it on your face and it's kind of like, it's a bit too much. And the dispense is not like, oh, in your face. I mean, I can't even be mad at this. This is really, it applies beautifully. I mean, can you compare? Wow, wow, wow. That is gorgeous. How natural that looks. I'm just going to do my forehead. I just love the fact that it's not like a one hit of colour and then you're spending forever having to blend it out. Okay, so I'm just going to share, like, on the website some of the ingredients. So hydrating hyaluronic acid, which if none of you know what that is, that's super good for like hydrating your skin, making it look youthful, plumped and glowy. So I love that. I've never heard of a bronzer that actually has that ingredient ever, which I'm really happy about. So it looks moisturized and the skin appears softer and smoother in seconds, which it actually does. I suffer a lot from big pores, unfortunately, and a bit of uneven skin tone, and you can really see how it's not looking bumpy. You can't see my imperfections. It really has like blurred that out, where sometimes with bronzer it pulls the eye to my imperfections. This is really reflecting, so it's really good. And it does it. It has a blurring soft focus silicone which adds a rich velvet texture. Yeah, it looks like skin. It's amazing. Microfine perfecting powders. Again, that's what I kind of experience. It's so fine. It doesn't, you don't just get like one heap of product and then a large dispense of it. It just goes on so smooth and you can really build up if you want to. But either way, I mean, it's just looking super natural. Smoothest silk pore blurring effect. Okay, Charlotte, I mean, I'm like sold already. That is gorgeous. Look at how like tanned I look. And I'm just gonna leave half of my face. I'm just gonna do a little bit of my jawline, because you can use this on the body as well. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit like so. Or how it's kind of like defined that jawline, where sometimes when you contour they are such cooler tones, it does look very ashy, and you kind of have to go over it again with a shimmer bronzer. That's what I do anyway, just to give it that richness, just to give it that warmness. I have been going for more shimmered bronzers, because I just felt like bronze was very flat. It's very cakey, but this one has sold me in the sense of I don't need to put a shimmer on top of this, and I'm actually not going to. I think I might switch up the way that I'm doing my makeup, because I just think this looks so natural but yet so fresh and dimensional. Can you see the glow is still there and it's lovely. So I'm going to just do the other side, and all I am is just swirling it, just putting it where my cheeks are. Like, this is £39, so it is a little bit, I would say, pricey, but you are paying for the Charlotte Tilbury formula. I love the fact that it's mixed in with skincare. I love the packaging. It's something that you are not gonna throw away, and then you can just buy refills for it. And I also have to say, just by the website, I think it's just so good how they colour match and how they really do explain the shades. And they have different models on there. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been on a brand's website in a really long time. Usually when I'm looking for a new product, I go to Instagram, I go to YouTube. I like to see it on real people. But Charlotte has really got a whole variety of models on there with different skin tones and different undertones, which I think is so good. You do hear sometimes a lot of makeup brands talking about different ethnicities and different skin tones and undertones, but then they don't really bring out the product to to reflect that, you know. They'll bring out that one product and say it's super universal, where Charlotte's like, no, we're bringing out 4 shades for everybody. And look at how glowy I look. Love it. This just looks so natural. Really, really love it. I'm also going to use this to contour my nose, just using a flat brush, and let's just see how that looks. Maybe it's going to look super natural. I really love this mirror, guys. It's huge. I'm a city girl, right? And before coronavirus and lockdown, I was doing my makeup on the trains, on the tubes, going from meeting to meeting, in restaurants and coffee shops, and I would always have a tiny mirror that was probably in a eyeshadow palette. I'll use that as a mirror and not bother about bringing another mirror. Well, sometimes I bring 2. If I carry this around with me, oh my god, I can see my whole entire face. Sometimes when you've got a smaller mirror, you're always kind of like, you look at this section, you look at that section, then that, and then you kind of think, okay, maybe it's all gonna blend. But this, I can see my whole face at one time. Amazing. I've just contoured my nose, and wow. Maybe for Christmas you might bring out like a little tiny one, like the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. They bring it out in a really, really tiny one. Okay, well done, Charlotte. I feel like sometimes I'm probably so skeptical, especially when things are so hyped up, but this is worth the hype for sure. Okay, the Desert Haze palette. Now this is, oh, it's just bringing sunshine to my life. I look at this and I think Ibiza sunset. I'm not even kidding you, and it's killing me because I'm dying to go to Ibiza right now. But that's what it reminds me of. It's gorgeous. Right, like I said, they are matte, so I'm just gonna, really, that's matte, but it's like cream I'm touching, you know, like it's so soft. Interesting. Okay, wow, that color payoff right there, gorgeous. One sweep. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. I think if you're going to do a matte, you have to do it so right. And these shades, I mean, you could probably take this whole palette and like use it as your bronzer, your eyeshadow, mix it on with a little lip balm, put it on your lips. So yeah, I'm just going to use this shade and use it all over the eyelid. That's really lovely. That's kind of like opened up my eyes. It's just made me look awake. I mean, it's beautiful with just a feline flick. And then I'm gonna go in with this shade here with a brush and just kind of do the crease. So I'm basically just, I'm working from light to dark and just blend that out. I mean, this alone I could just go out in. That's such a lovely matte. You do find sometimes with a shimmer, it doesn't last as long, you know? But how gorgeous is that? Love it. I might actually just use what's left on my brush and just go underneath the eye, just a little bit. I have quite almond shaped eyes and they are quite small. So for me, I have to make my eyes look bigger. And I do find by doing this, it really does open my eyes up, you know? And then I'm just gonna go for the next shade darker. And I'm just gonna do kind of the outer V, just above the feline flick, and just deepen it a little bit, just here. And then whatever's left over on the brush, I'm just gonna do on my eyes there. Just gives it so much depth. Can you see the difference? Then just blend that out so it looks super seamless. And then I'm just going to go with that dark shade, which is the Define shade. And I'm just going to go with a small brush. And kind of just use it to line a little bit, but also make it smoky. Wow, that is really lovely. And then a little bit under the eye. I'm not going the whole way, just there. Just really helps to elongate. And I'm going to go over that liner a bit, but just smoke it out. A little bit closer to the inner corner on the top. Like so. Slightly where that flick is, I'm going to go in the crease of the eye, just ever so slightly. So it's kind of like a V. And blend that. I'm just going to go in with this shade again, just with my finger, and just dab it. Just kind of go over it a little bit, like that. You see? These blend so nicely together. They don't feel chalky, they actually don't feel like eyeshadow. It's weird. It feels like I'm putting on a face powder, something so finely milled and so breathable on my eyes. And it really does kind of look like a sunset, you know? With the, you know, the lighter shade on top, that's the sun, and then the hues of the orange, and then it go into dark. It's beautiful. So guys, that's the finished look. I really do love this palette. I didn't think I was going to, because just looking at it you think, oh, it's pretty basic, it's stuff I probably have in my collection, but actually having them all in this quad like this, and the formulas and the pigment, is probably why I will be leaving it on my desk and reaching for it a lot more. I haven't worn a matte in such a long time, and I really do feel like it just changes the way your shadow looks. My eyes bigger, so I'm a fan of this. I definitely think this is a great addition to my collection. And then the bronzer. So I did think there was a lot of hype around this product, but actually looking more into it, and the fact that it's refillable, the fact that it looks gorgeous, and that it has skincare benefits to a bronzer. Those are my thoughts. I hope you liked this review and tutorial, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Love to have you, and I'll see you guys in my next video.